If it's the city that never sleeps, why'd they bother putting a bed in his hotel room? It's Keith Goes to New York City, today on Rangel's Angle. Last year we did our very first ever travel episode, Keith Goes to England. And we got such a great reaction with that episode that I am proud to say that today is another special episode of Rangel's Angle, because today we're coming to you from New York City. Cue that theme music.
Pretty New York City, Keith and pretty, yo, 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 Keith and pretty New York City.
So here we are in the city that never sleeps, New York City. We got a lot of ground to cover, so we better get started. But first, I had to wake up early just to get here. So I'm gonna take my very first ever New York City nap! Alright, so we're in New York City, home to big buildings, an active theater scene, and lots of food. So whatever are we gonna see first? Right behind me is the very famous, not so very well known, Museum of Sex. Yeah, let's not go there yet. Let's give my mom a good few minutes before she has to turn the video off. But I am getting kind of hungry, so let's go to the next best thing. Alright, but we're gonna start simple. We're at the famous Lexington candy shop, and while the name does say candy, you can also get real food here too. But they are the only place that still serves Coca-Cola the old-fashioned way. If you take a look, he starts with a scoop of ice, a few pumps of syrup, and finally some soda water. Then he mixes it all together. Here it is again in case you missed it. Oh, that's the ticket right there, I'll tell you. About 10 minutes away walking from the Lexington candy shop is the world-famous Central Park, a park that has been featured in just about everything from TV to movies. I know I said 10-minute walk, but honestly I went the wrong direction, so it took me really about 30 minutes. Oh man, I haven't had one of these since I was a kid. Just like I remember. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I think they used to be a little bit cheaper. I know you guys think this is a travel episode, but honestly, this is just an excuse for me to get my steps in because I haven't been using my gym membership, so I better get started. I think that's enough walking for now. Ugh, I can't see, the sky is so bright. Yeah, I think I really should start using my gym membership. Let's go back to my room and relax. Don't worry, Keith's staying in Times Square, so we'll see that next, because it's a real spectacle at night. But first... Just kidding. But Keith did have some business he had to take care of. Hello? Yeah, hi Mom. I got here just fine, so don't you worry. Oh, no, I didn't go to that one museum you told me not to go to. Museum of Sex. But a little after that, and some much-needed relaxation, sure. Keith got himself some pizza and was ready to explore Times Square. Keith did have the chance to eat at some well-known places, like Taco Bell, McDonald's, and even Popeyes, but Keith said it was best to eat something New York City was known for instead. Yeah, this is coming from someone who ate KFC twice in London, England. But if you've ever wondered why it's called Times Square, the answer is really simple. We've all seen this famous building, or the one that looks similar not too far from it. But it's behind the building in the middle that the New York Times used to be situated in. If this gets confusing, it's behind the building with the Times Square ball on it. The ball that's famously dropped every New Year's. But if you're wondering where the New York Times went, it's literally just a few blocks from their old location. But here's a building Keith was more excited to see. The building where MTV used to film TRL. Carson, are you there? Carson! Of course, Keith missed the memo that Carson Daly doesn't work there anymore. Carson, are you there? I got my resume right here. I just want to be on MTV. This is an example of Keith taking a halfway decent joke and stretching it. Carson, current loader, anybody? Use the revolving door. I'll do whatever you want. I just want to be on MTV. But it was time to call it a night. And while Keith got some more steps in, it was time to go to sleep. With a new day upon us, whatever are we gonna see first? All right behind me is the National Museum of Mathematics because... yeah, that's gonna happen. Right behind me is the former site of Studio 54, one of the most famous discos of all time. So famous, in fact, that they made a movie about it in 1998. I know a lot of my friends say they hate disco music, but it's like rock and roll. Think of it this way. You knew what drugs they were doing in there back in the day? You wouldn't hate it so much.
Keith and Pretty, New York City. Keith and Pretty.
Alright, so we're about to take the Staten Island Ferry. It's a free boat ride here in New York City. We're gonna get to see, hopefully, the Statue of Liberty. It's free, that's the best part. But I already had somebody that tried to sell me a ticket. Door number 1. Door number 2. Door number 3. I swear, it's like let's make a deal. Now where's Monty Hall? Well, here we are. It's a nice, smooth boat ride. Not gonna lie, it is kind of windy though. Not ruining my experience. I actually kind of like it. Before you know it, Keith got a very good look at Lady Liberty. Funny, because Keith could have gotten an even clearer look from this picture in his hotel room. Next, Keith wanted to physically walk on the Brooklyn Bridge. But first, he had to walk there. Are we there yet? Now he had to find the entrance. You know, I think we finally got here. But here we are at the Brooklyn Bridge. One thing Keith didn't expect to see was all the people selling stuff. By the way, Megan, I found your magnet. I know you specifically wanted one that said I love New York. Not quite the same thing, but this was only $1. If you look close enough, you can see that the real one cost a little bit more than $1. That and the lady selling these saw Keith filming. I don't think she liked that. After all that walking, let's see what's happening back at the Lexington candy shop. Here's a New York drink you haven't heard of. This is called the egg cream. It's made out of milk, carbonated water, and chocolate syrup. No eggs or cream to be found. That is different. That is very different. There have been numerous attempts to bottle it up and sell it, but this is one of those things you gotta have made fresh. We're now in Queens to get some lunch. Because behind these doors exists a new to America concept in Asian dining. We're at a place called the Instant Noodle Factory to get some instant ramen noodles. But this place makes them even better. And more exciting, too. You'll notice a big wall of instant ramen. Of course they have the classics. But also some maybe you haven't heard of. Here's the one I picked. A kinda cheesy ramen. Then you pick what toppings or add-ons you want. Things like boiled eggs, jalapenos, or even Spam or sausage. After you make your selections, they'll bring it out to you. This is Sierra. She was nice enough to help us out. Now I ordered my cheesy ramen with some Mexican chorizo sausage, ghost pepper, and 2 boiled eggs. But after some cooking, boiling, stirring, and draining, it was absolutely delicious. And filling enough for me to take a nap afterward. One thing that I think is worth mentioning is on my first night here, I got to see the Broadway show Book of Mormon, which was very good. Obviously, I couldn't take pictures during the show, but I was able to take pictures inside the theater before the show and during the intermission. Look, there just happened to be a disco ball. That's how I knew it was going to be good.
Keith and Pretty,
It's funny though, because when I was younger, I didn't think I would like Broadway shows, but it's funny, the very first one I ended up seeing, I actually ended up really enjoying. Oh really though, it's interesting though, because as you get older, you start enjoying things that you didn't enjoy the first time. It's interesting. Well, here's a show you'll never catch me watching. Oh my god, am I seriously watching this? Well, Keith did say it was a lot more interesting than he thought it would be. But no, he's probably not gonna start watching it. That's right. Definitely not gonna watch it. That's right. Totally not gonna watch it. My last night in New York, I went to Greenwich Village and saw a show called Batsu NYC. It was an improv show where 4 comedians play improv games, kinda loosely based on a Japanese game show, with some audience participation. But if they lost or messed up, it's the punishments that made it even funnier. And with that, I ended my New York City adventure on a great note. I got to see some cool places, eat some good food, and a lot of stuff in between. But before you know it, I was leaving my hotel room to get back to Illinois. And as for that magnet I bought my friend Megan, I decided to splurge and get her the real one, with the heart on it, and not the apple. Because she hasn't seen New York, she can love it. But I've seen New York, so I can apple it. Wait a minute. She can love it, I can apple it? Is that seriously the script? Who wrote this? Oh, and I actually did go to the sex museum. Well, that was interesting. Sorry, Mom. Well, that's another travel episode in the books, New York City. I hope you enjoyed going to the Big Apple with me. If you enjoyed this episode, you'll love Keith Goes to England, which just happens to be on my channel. So don't forget, we got more videos for you to watch on YouTube and Facebook. Remember, eitherwayits.com/WranglesAngle. And when you're there, don't forget to hit subscribe, because we got more videos for you on the way, including hopefully travel episodes, because I know a lot of people just love to see me travel. And also, we finally got Wrangles Angle t-shirts! Ko-fi.com/WranglesAngle is the official place to get Wrangles Angle merchandise, like the official Wrangles Angle t-shirt of 2023. And remember, Wrangles Angle is sponsored by you, so consider leaving me a one-time or monthly donation today, because Wrangles Angle is free, and I like it that way. But just remember that your donations and purchases help me to make more of the content you love. So consider leaving me a one-time or monthly donation today. And yes, monthly donations can be canceled at any time. It's all waiting for you at Ko-fi.com/WrangleSangle. That's ko-fi.com/WrangleSangle. But before we go, before you watch more of my videos, I hope you enjoyed our special theme music that was made especially for today's episode. I was trying to make something that sounded like the Village People, who are of course New York City icons, because they were from the Greenwich Village side of New York City. Well, let's bring it down a notch and take a look at the trip that we just took. We'll see you next time, folks. Take it easy. Look, Dad, I made it to New York.
Ethan, pretty New York City. Keith and pretty New York, New York. You can go anywhere, I don't care. It just depends on your philosophy. Keith and pretty New York, New York City, yeah.
You've been disqualified.